grace the occasion with your presence. We hope what we serve before you today will be soul food that will leave you warm and content on this beautiful wintry afternoon. Students of Class 8 will deliver inspirational speeches of some great luminaries. Let the gentle glow of the eternally burning light of such thought leaders reignite our inner light of love, peace, and hope. In the judges panel for the day, we have the gracious presence of our head of the senior section English department, Ma'am A. Das Gupta. Ma'am Das Gupta has been a member of the MBWA family for the past 24 years. She graduated in English from Lady Brabant College and completed her master's from Calcutta University. She pursued her BA from Sri Shikshatin College. She has also worked as a CBSE resource person. Ma'am Das Gupta is passionate about teaching. She also loves reading and traveling to new places. We welcome you, ma'am. We also have with us Ma'am P. Ghosh, who has obliged us with her ever so happy and energizing presence. Ma'am Ghosh teaches English in classes 9, 10, and 11. She joined the MBWA family in April 2021. Ma'am Ghosh graduated from Loreto College and completed her master's from Presidency College. She has worked in DPS Zubi Park and also overseas. She is a writer and traveler and has a bag full of stories for her students. Thank you for joining us, ma'am. Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. Today, our listeners will get an opportunity to contemplate upon some of the famous speeches of great leaders who had an iron will as well as tenacity of purpose to shape their dreams into reality. Let us call upon the first speaker for the day. Our first participant is Nishantika Soul of Class 8B, who will deliver the speech Tryst with Destiny by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru.
Good afternoon, one and all. Today, I am going to present before you a speech by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru about India's new hopes and the call of history when the nation got independence in August 1947. Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially. At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes, which comes but rarely in history, when we step out from the old to new, when an age ends, and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance. The ambition of the greatest man of our generation has been to wipe every tear from every eye that may be beyond us. But so long as there are tears and suffering, so long our work will not be over. So we have to labor and to work hard to give reality to our dreams. Those dreams are for India, but they are also for the world. We come to an end of a period of ill fortune, and India discovers herself again. The achievement we celebrate today is but a step, an opening of opportunity to the greater triumphs and achievements that await us. Are we brave enough and wise enough to grasp the opportunity and accept the challenge of the future? Thank you.
Thank you, Nishantika. Now, I would like to call upon Isha Jhunjhunwala of Class 8F to deliver Malala Yousafzai's address to the United Nations Youth Assembly.
A very hearty good afternoon, everyone. This is Isha Junjunwala of Class 8F. Today, I shall be delivering the speech given by an education activist and Nobel Peace Prize awardee, Malala Yousafzai, addressing the United Nations Youth Assembly on her 16th birthday, 12 July 2013. Dear brothers and sisters, do remember one thing. Malala Day is not my day. Today is the day of every woman, every boy, and every girl who have raised their voice for their rights. There are hundreds of human rights activists and social workers who are not only speaking for human rights, but who are struggling to achieve their goals of education, peace, and equality. Thousands of people have been killed by the terrorists, and millions have been injured. I'm just one of them. So here I stand, one girl among many. I speak not for myself, but for all girls and boys. I raise up my voice, not so that I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. Those who have fought for their right to live in peace, their right to be treated with dignity, their right to equality of opportunity, their right to be educated. Dear friends, on the 9th of October 2012, the Taliban shot me on the left side of my forehead. They shot my friends too. They thought that the bullets would silence us. But they failed. And then, out of that silence came thousands of voices. The terrorists thought that they would change our aims and stop our ambitions. But nothing changed in my life except this. Weakness, fear, and hopelessness died. Strength, power, and courage was born. I am the same Malala. My ambitions are the same. My hopes are the same. My dreams are the same. Dear sisters and brothers, I am not against anyone. Neither am I here to speak in terms of personal revenge against the Taliban or any other terrorist group. I'm here to speak up for the right of education of every child. I want education for the sons and the daughters of all the extremists, especially the Taliban. Thank you.
Thank you, Isha, for bringing alive one of the most influential speeches by the youngest Nobel laureates, who dared to dream big and became the spokesperson of the helpless, the exploited, the distressed. For our next participant, we have Inshira Iqbal Siddiqui of Class 8C, who will be delivering the speech A Leader Should Know How to Handle Failure by APJ Abdul Kalam.
Greetings to all. I'm Inshira Iqbal Siddiqui from Class 8C. Today, I will be delivering an excerpt from the speech You Should Know How to Handle Failure by an Indian aerospace scientist who served as the 11th President of India. He's none other than Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Any leadership, whether it be political leadership or leadership in technology, requires a leader to have 6 traits. What are these traits? First, the leader must have vision. One cannot be a leader without vision. Second, the leader must be able to travel into an unexplored path. Third, the leader must know how to manage success and, even more importantly, failure. The fourth trait is the leader should have courage while making decisions. Fifth, the leader should have nobility in management. And sixth, the leader should work with integrity and succeed with integrity. In 1973, I became the project director of India's Satellite Launch Vehicle Program, commonly known as the SLV-3. Our goal was to put India's Rohini satellite into orbit by 1980. I was given funds and human resources, but was told clearly that by 1980, we had to launch the satellite into the orbit. Thousands of people worked together in scientific and technical teams towards that goal. In 1979, I think the month was August, we thought we were ready. In the first stage, everything worked fine. In the second stage, a problem developed. Instead of the satellite going into the orbit, the whole rocket system plunged into the Bay of Bengal. It was a big failure. That day, the chairman of the Indian Space Research Organization, Professor Satish Dhawan, had called a press conference at 7:45 a.m. at ISRO Satellite Launch Range in Sriharikota. He himself conducted the press conference. He took the responsibility for the failure. I was the project director, and it was my failure, but he took responsibility for the failure as the chairman of the organization. He assured the media that in another year, the team would definitely succeed. The next year, in 1980, we tried again to launch the satellite, and this time we succeeded. The whole nation was jubilant. Again, there was a press conference. Professor Dhawan called me aside and told me, "You conduct the press conference today." I learned a very important lesson that day. When failure occurred, the leader of the organization owned that failure. When success came, he gave it to his team. The best management lesson I've learned did not come to me from reading a book. It came from that experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Inshira, for reiterating the noble truths of life. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts the most in the journey of life. Now, I would like to call upon Nabgha Wasim of Class 8C to deliver the speech Women's Rights are Human Rights by Hillary Clinton.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Nabha Wasim of Class 8C, and I'm going to deliver the speech of Hillary Clinton. Women's rights are human rights. We, the women, are the most powerful. We, the women, are the most. Yes. Yes.
I would like to call upon Navika Gupta of Class 8E, who will be delivering the speech How to Live Before You Die by Steve Jobs.
Greetings to all. I'm Navika Gupta from AD. How to Live Before You Die. An American business magnate, industrial designer, investor, and media proprietor. Yes, I'm talking about none other than Steve Jobs, the CEO of Apple. And today I shall be delivering a speech by him at the Stanford University in USA, which shook the nation by its passion and integrity. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Sometimes life's going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that the only thing that kept me going was that I loved what I did. You have got to find what you love. And that is as true for work as it is for your lovers. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. So keep looking and don't settle. If you live each day of your life as if it were your last, someday you'll most certainly be right. It made an impression on me, and since then, For the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I'm about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change them. Remembering that all will be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life. Because almost everything, all external expectations, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving behind only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking that you have something to lose. You are already naked. There is no reason to not follow your heart. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the result of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other people's opinions drown your own inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition because somehow they already know what you want to become. Everything else is just secondary. Stay hungry, stay foolish. And I have always wished that for myself, and now I wish that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you.
Thank you, Thank you, Navika, for making such a powerful speech. Yes, it is important to follow our passion and never let go of it. Now, I would like to call upon our next participant, Adya Agarwal of Class 8B, who shall be delivering the speech by Mother Teresa while accepting the Nobel Peace Prize.
There is more hunger in the world for love and appreciation than for bread. Yes, my dear friends, profound joy of the heart is like a magnet that indicates the path of life. A very good afternoon to everyone present here. I, Aditya Agarwal, shall be delivering an inspirational award acceptance speech by Mother Teresa, where we all can feel for the underprivileged and realize our fortunes. Let us all first thank God for this beautiful occasion where we can proclaim the joy of spreading peace, the joy of loving one another, and the joy of acknowledging that the poorest of the poor are our brothers and sisters. God, He loved the world so much that He gave His Son to the Blessed Virgin Mary. She gave Him to others. She did the work of the handmaid. Jesus Christ loved you and loved me, and He gave His life for us. It was not enough for Him to die for us. He wanted that we loved one another the way He loved us and that we saw Him in each other. And that's why He said, "Blessed are the clean of hearts, for they shall see God." I personally am most unworthy, and I, having avowed poverty to be able to understand the poor, I choose the poverty of our people and am grateful to receive it in the name of the hungry, of the naked, of the homeless, of the crippled, of the blind, of the helpless. They need our respect. They need that we treat them with dignity. And I think that this is the greatest poverty that we experience. We need to love. And if we love, we will try to do something. First, in our own home, our next door neighbor, in the country we live in, and then in the whole world. Lastly, let us all join hands in that one prayer. God gives us the courage to protect the unborn child, for a child is the greatest gift of God to a family, to a nation, and to the whole world. Thank you.
Now, I would like to call upon Nabha Vasim of Class 8C to deliver the speech Women's Rights are Human Rights by Hillary Clinton.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Nabha Vasim of Class 8C, and I'm going to deliver the speech of Hillary Clinton Women's Rights are Human Rights. We, the women, are the primary caretaker of the world's children and elderly. Yet, much of the work we do is not valued by economists, not by historians, not by popular culture, and not by our government leaders. At this very moment, as we sit here, women around the world are giving birth, raising children, cooking meals, washing clothes, cleaning houses, planting crops, working on assembly lines, running companies, and running countries. Every woman deserves a chance to realize her God given potential, but we must recognize that women will never gain full dignity until their human rights are respected and protected. Tragically, women are most often the ones whose human rights are violated. Even now, in the late 20th century, the rape of women continues to be used as an instrument of armed conflict. It is a violation of human rights when babies are drowned or suffocated or their spines are broken simply because they are born girls. It is a violation of human rights when women and girls are sold into the slavery of prostitution for human greed. It is a violation of human rights when women are doused with gasoline and set on fire and burned to death because their marriage dowries are deemed too small. Finally, it is a violation of human rights when women are not given the right to plan their own families. Let us heed that call so we can create a world where every woman is treated with respect and dignity, and every boy and girl is loved and cared for equally. Godspeed and thank you very much.
Thank you, Nabha, for that strong address. I'm sure it has moved all of us sitting right here. Let every woman in the audience stand up for herself once and for all. Last but not the least, we have Vivan Gupta of Class 8E who will be delivering the speech I Have a Dream by Martin Luther King.
I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, a state sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will grow up in a nation where they will not be judged by their color, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. Good afternoon to one and all. Today, I, Vivan Gupta, will be presenting before you a speech by Martin Luther King. I have a dream. I'm happy to join with you here today that will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in our nation. 100 years later, the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of the American society, where he finds himself an exile in his own land. And so, we've come up here today to dramatize this shameful condition. I have dreamed that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of the former slaves and the sons of the former slave owners will be able to sit together at the table of brotherhood. The sweltering summer of the Negro's legitimate discontent will not pass until there is an invigoration autumn of freedom and justice. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations until the bright day of justice emerge. And when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village, every city, every state, we will be able to speed up that day when all the God's children, the black men and the white men, the Jews and the Gentiles, the Protestants and the Catholics will be able to join hands together and sing in the words of the old spiritual Negro, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivan. That was truly inspiring and gave us much food for thought. These eminent visionaries are the change makers of a brighter tomorrow with their path breaking work that makes them stand out in the crowd. A heartfelt thank you to all the speakers of the day. Can we have a big round of applause for all the participants? Now, we would like to felicitate the honorable judges with a token of our love and respect. We would also like to felicitate Ma'am Mohata with a token of our regard and appreciation. Now, I would like to call upon the judges to share their valuable insights on the performance of our young speakers. Ma'am A. Das Gupta, if you could kindly share your thoughts with us.
The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Lord Buddha had said this long before. But I think today our students have made us realize once again the magic of positive thoughts. Good afternoon, respected Ma'am Mota, Principal Ma'am, Vice Principal Ma'am, teachers, parents, and our beloved students. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here this afternoon with you. It was definitely an afternoon well spent. It was a real pleasure, a sheer pleasure, I would say, to listen to these wonderful speakers today. All of them I felt were brilliant, and it was really difficult for us to judge. And Vivan seemed to be the, okay, this, so yeah, absolutely, the showstopper. Absolutely, a round of applause for Vivan. Okay, right. So I feel the theme that was selected today, inspirational speeches, they're absolutely pertinent in the present situation. Last year, or for the last, I think, 1.5 years, We have been all going through trying times. Life has really seemed to be out of gear, and we were all engulfed in fear. We still are to a certain extent, maybe, but we need to be careful. But I realize that if COVID is infectious, positive thoughts are infectious too. It can be spread, right? If you are tested COVID positive, it's not that important, but it is important to stay positive mentally. So I thank all the participants for their eloquence, their articulation, very well done, and the poise. If it's really difficult, I know it takes a lot of courage to come up here and speak in public. So it's an art, I would say. So just nourish it, nurture it, and you will do really good. I would also like to thank all the teachers who must have spent hours mentoring them. And yes, definitely, I would like to thank our management, Ma'am Mota, our guiding angels, Ma'am Shaha, Ma'am Ghosh, and definitely all parents who are here for being so patient. It was absolutely lovely. And I really wish and hope that one day our children will really become leaders in their own fields and inspire millions with their words of wisdom. Thank you. Stay safe, stay positive. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am P. Ghosh, if you could also share your views with us.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. I am really at a loss of words now because it's been so overwhelming to see all these young children coming here, coming in front of an audience and present such inspirational speeches, and they themselves have become an inspiration for all of us. I think it is not a very easy thing to do, to memorize such long speeches first and then to present them with such eloquence, with such confidence, because they not only are inspirational speeches themselves, but the way it is delivered, the impact that they have is as important, not just the content. So it's overwhelming to see how the children have trained themselves. I'm sure the teachers have also helped them on the way. And it was a wonderful time that we spent. It's a privilege and an honor to be able to judge performances like this. It's something that we had a hard time doing. And like Ma'am Dasgupta also said, it is very important for us to continue to inspire each other. And it is very important to spread the positivity, to spread the confidence that we have also, to make each other confident and comfortable. And stay safe, all of you. And thank you very much for this opportunity. And a very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, judges, for your inspiration and guidance. Now, I would like to call upon the parents to share their views on the session.
Good afternoon, Principal Ma'am. Good afternoon, Mr. Mohta. And good afternoon, teachers and dear students and parents. I think it was a wonderful experience we had today. Okay, listening to all the children delivering such passionately all the inspirational quotes. It's not about just memorizing and telling them, but actually feeling it. I think it is a great experience for them to know about what the current scenarios are. I always tell my daughter, read newspapers, know what the current situations are, but it is very important to know that you shouldn't be tensed up. Just go easy with it. Yeah, the mind is important. You need to know what you need to do. And it's great. Means like it is not only about studies. Studies is not the only thing. Speaking in front of everyone and being absolutely yourself while you are speaking, that is very important. Speak your mind, speak about what your knowledges are, and speak your heart out. That is something I think it's very important. Studies are there, definitely that gives you the knowledge to speak. But yeah, you have the courage, children. You have the courage to go about. We didn't have that in school, and we were literally a little shaky about all the things. But as we grew up, we have to, like, you have to go out there, and then you have to make up a point. And once you're making your point, yes, knowledge, logic, and you speak your heart out. That is extremely important. I think that is a great thing, and especially to all the teachers who have been really mentoring them really well. And I'm really thankful to all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. It was a wonderful experience. Very well done, children, all the children. And thank you so much, Principal Ma'am, for inviting us for the event. I'm very happy to be back to school after two years and attending all the functions. Very well. Thank you to all the teachers. I have been seeing sitting back at home how much they have guided the children. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, parents, for those kind words. We have arrived at that point in the session where all the participants are eagerly waiting with bated breath to hear the names of the winners of the competition. Could I make it? I think she was better. Hold on, friends. We'll soon be relieved of the tension and anxiety. I would like to request Vice Principal Ma'am to do the honors by declaring the most awaited results of the day. I would also request our mentor, Ma'am Mohata, and our principal, Ma'am Shaha, to kindly give away the prizes to the deserving awardees.
At first, I think I have to say congratulations to everybody. So, a huge round of applause. And also, because at first the students thought that it's going to be online. And at the very last moment, it was decided that we are going to have it offline. So, therefore, it really takes courage. So, congratulations. However, we'll go ahead with the first, seconds, and thirds. We've got a special prize this afternoon, and it's called the Judges' Choice Award. And for the Judges' Choice Award, a very apt speech was given by a student, especially when we are in the run for our 75th our independence anniversary. So therefore, we have Nishantika Soor, who delivered the speech, Nehru's speech, A Tryst with Destiny. Congratulations, Nishantika. Thank you, ma'am. Third place, we have another student who delivered a speech about a young lady who was in the news in rose pink, Isha Jhunjhunwala, who delivered the speech about the Nobel laureate Malala Yousafzai. The second prize goes to, any guesses? To someone whose motto was stay hungry, stay foolish. Navika Gupta. Thank you, ma'am. And the first prize goes to who's We Dare to Dream. So I have a dream. Congratulations, Vivan. Well done. And we would also like to felicitate Sanskriti Ghosh for having done a fabulous job. So Sanskriti, she was the master of ceremonies. Thank you and congratulations, everyone.
Good afternoon, everyone. We now have an exhibition performance by Nishtha Narayan of 8D. I invite Nishtha to please come up and deliver a short rendition of Invictus, a poem of inspiration for all. It is a brave effort on her part to recite. Let us listen and encourage her effort.
Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Thank you.
We thank you, Ma'am Mohata, for taking time out from your busy schedule and gracing the occasion. We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our principal, Ma'am Shaha, for giving us this wonderful opportunity to showcase our talents. We thank our vice principal, Ma'am Ghosh, for her tireless support and encouragement throughout the program. We would like to thank the judges for their valuable time and their empowering words. We would like to thank our teachers for bringing out the best in us through constant drill and practice. We would like to thank the parents without whose support this program wouldn't have been a success. Last but not the least, we would like to thank the technical team for their unhindered support. Thank you to one and all present here. Have a good day.
As we have come to the end of our elocution program, let us take a moment to pause and reflect upon the unfortunate incident that happened yesterday. General Bipin Rawat, former Army Chief and India's first Chief of Defense Staff, and his wife died with 11 others on board a military helicopter when it crashed in the Nilgiri Hills in Tamil Nadu amid dense fog on Wednesday. May their souls rest in peace. Today, as we remember and honor leaders from all over the world through their inspirational speeches, let us also offer our respect to General Bipin Rawat, whose sudden demise is an irreparable loss for our nation. His exemplary leadership of our armed forces will be sorely missed. I request everyone to kindly stand and observe a minute's silence for the departed souls. Thank you, everyone. We hope you have enjoyed today's program. Thank you very much and have a good day.
All the students should come here. Please collect your participation certificates. Nishantika. Take your certificate and stand. Isha.